continue on with the world-class lecturers, and would you please welcome Mr. Malcolm Batty.
Welcome along, everyone. What I'm going to talk about today is timing, musical timing in UVO. And with that wonderful lecture we've just received, I'm going to talk about the length of time we have to move from this foot to this foot. Now, in our UVO rhythms, we have our waltzes, our foxtrots, our tangos and our march rhythms. I'm going to specifically talk today on the waltz and the foxtrot rhythms. I'm going to get you all to come up onto the floor. Those who would like to. We're just going to do a little bit of foxtrot rhythm music. So, Len, can I have some very slow 4/4, please? Would you like to move on the floor? A little exercise for you, first of all. Chop, chop, come on, let's move. So, have you behind me, please. We're not with our partner, we don't need a partner at the moment. Spread yourselves out. Okay. Thanks, Len. All right. We just have this arm across the side. Okay, now spread out. The rest of you. Okay, a little louder, Len. All right, now what I want you to do. You guys have got a long time, Len. I want you to walk forward. Left foot in time or slow. Alright, in time or slow. Put out back row, stay where you are, move forward a bit more. Come forward. Okay. Alright, so I'll count you in. So we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I want you to walk in time or slow. 5, 6, 7, 8. Very interesting. Okay. Can you hear me? Is my voice loud enough? Thank you. Turn around. Try it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, okay. Next group. Ready? Spread out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Super slow. Okay, thank you. Alright. Sit down again just for the moment. Thank you. Now, so there were fairly much two distinct timings there. Sorry, Len, just a little bit more. We had one group going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We had another group going 1, 2, 1, 2. So my weight was landing on the 2. Yeah? Some of you were landing on the 1. Thanks, Len. Okay. The top UVO dancers try to land on the 2 on so, and people call this behind the beat, or they're late in the music, or there's lots of different expressions about landing on that second beat. What I'm going to talk about is that the time value of a beat of music in 4/4, so we have 4 beats per bar, and if we just use 30 bars per minute, that gives us how many beats a minute? Yes, how many? No one said anything. 120. Okay. So we've got 120 beats per minute. Alright. So, how long is a slow going to be? 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. So, you have got, for a whole slow, you've got 1 second of time. If you land on the first beat, you're actually not moving for that second half. You could argue that you have danced a quick and waited a quick. You understand what I'm saying on that? So if I land on 1 and wait for 2, 3 and wait for 4, it's the same as if I did, say in Maryland, slow, slow, quick, quick. Quick, quick. On a feather step. Slow, slow. Quick, quick, yeah. If I land on my first beat on a slow, to me that's like you're dancing a quick and waiting a quick. Do you understand where I'm at on this? So you see, when we first have our low-grade competitors starting off, they all dance 1, 2, if it's a Maryland, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. They dance on the 1, land on the 1. It's not until they get a bit more experience we try to get them to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense to you? So the top dancers, the better dancers, a beat is not just a drum beat. We don't, a lot of people think that the beat is just a little dot. If you play a piano note or a violin note, that beat rings for a long time. If you listen to a drum beat, it's very short. But if you listen to a violin note, it lasts the whole piece. So if you could move your arm for one whole beat. So the conductors, when they conduct 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I only did this, it would still be in time with the music. If I did this, it's much longer. So the space from there to there is 1. The space from there to there is 2. If I can move my arm that long, it would be great if I could move my body that far that I could move my arm for one piece of music. This whole space is 1 beat. As far as I can move my arm in time to the music, that's how long a beat is. It's not this little dot at the start. It's not the letter B. It's the whole piece. Okay? The harder one is in the waltz rhythms, where we've got some steps that last 3 beats, some steps 2 beats, some steps 1 beat. So that the skill to enable you to move and then catch your weight at the end of the third beat is quite tricky to do. And the dance that this is most displayed in, I would say, would be Twilight Waltz. Yeah? So for those, let's have some of you on the floor, and we're going to just do a little bit of the timing for Twilight Waltz. Yeah? Let's have some of you up. Back and forth.
Once upon a time, you know.
Sorry?
Once upon a time.
Yeah. Okay, so we just talked about Twilight Waltz. So, in our Twilight Waltz, we have our first section. We've got 2 beats, 1 beat, 3 beats. Yes? Nothing new. We all know this. So, we'll count it, I tend to count it in 6 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But, so this first part is going to take 3 beats of music. 1, 2, 3. The next part, 4, 5, 6, is only 1 step. 4, 5, 6. So whether we're going forward or backwards, it's the same principle. Try again. So, 2 beats, 1 beat, 3 beats. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what happens, so you understand this principle, it is much harder to take this 4, 5, 6. Much harder. If we get too much momentum, we will land on that foot very quickly. You'll go on the first beat, and to me, when I talk to young ones about this sort of idea, I talk about it's a $2 value step, a $1 value step, and $3 value. If I said to them, I'll give you $2 worth of lollies, and I only give them $1, they would be very upset. If I said I'll give you $3 worth of lollies, and I only give them $1, they'd be even more upset. And the same thing, if you went to a service station and you wanted $3 worth of petrol, and you only got $1, you'd be upset. Me, I'm an adjudicator out there on the new boat floor. If you only give me $1 worth of step and it's a $3 step, I'm upset. I think I've been shortchanged. So you see where I'm going? If it's a slow, if it's got 3 beats, I want to see you use the 3 beats. All of the 3 beats. Not just give me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get them on there fast. You understanding where I'm coming from? No questions? No? We're all happy with that? So going backwards, let's do it backwards because we can, can't we, Joe? We can go backwards. Here we go. So we're going to do, so we've got our $2 stack, 1, 2, our $1 stack, 3, now we've got to move to $3. 1, 2, 3. Now we do our chasse across chasse. $1, $2, $1, $3. This is the one where people don't use $3 worth. I never get $3 worth of there. And the biggest part where Jen short changes is on the reverse. Okay, the part where most people short change. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 beats here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 beats here. 1, 2, 3. Here we come. We have our Viennese over 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. This step here. We have 3 beats to do that 1 step. Very tricky. Very hard to control it because you just create a bit of swing through the Viennese section. So guys, if you've got your partner here, let's try this. Let's try this. Alright. going to dance. Start a twilight waltz. We're going to you don't have to move it out big. Listening to the count is what I'm on about. Okay, so I'll count you in 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Now slowly. 4, 5, 6. Go. 1, 2, 3. Now slowly. 4, 5, 6. And over straight. 1, 2, 3. Back. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Can I have just a little bit of slow? 3, 4. Very slow. No, it's just, we don't do it slow. Off we go, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh! Sorry. I saw some jumpers. Yeah. You're only going to get $1. I'm on $3 there. Here we go, watch. 1, 2, 3, we've got $3 on this set, not $1. Ready? Off you go, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's $1 set. Okay. So, it's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Ready? And 1, 2, 3, slow. 1, 2, 3, slow. 1, 2, 3, slow. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. Just thank you. Back it down. All right. So the time I would, if I wanted to use that first beat, I would sometimes change that rhythm. 1, 2, 3. I might get on that quickly because I want to use that for an event. So sometimes I do change the $3 step to a $1 step. But basically, throughout this dance, every time I do, if I can, 4, 5, 6, it's a $3 step, and I want $3 worth of value. So I have 1, 2, 3. I've got 3. Thanks. It's okay. Right. So I've got 1, 2, 3. 3 for here. 1, 2, 3. 3 for here. 1, 2, 3. 3 for here. 1, 2, 3. 3 again. Same again. Right through. We get to our last section. And this again. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. $3 step again. 1, 2, 3. So I think if you can perhaps listen more carefully to the music and try to use the whole value. And remember that a beat is not just a dot like a drum beat. One beat in foxtrot lasts for half a second. A slow, the whole time is 2 beat value. That whole timing from there to there, that whole timing. So when people say, oh, they're behind the beat, it just means they land at the end of the beat. Because that whole thing is the beat, not just the start. So, when we change to tango rhythm, we perhaps do a little bit different. So I think of land, if I'm counting just in let me see, La Bomba. Okay, so I would do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting on my weight gets on the foot very quickly. So I think of landing on the first letter of the count. On the work of 1, the tip of 2, the third of 3. Get there very quickly and you wait for the rest of that. You wait for the rest of these. So is that a little bit clearer on what I'm thinking of timing wise? So are there any questions on those principles I just talked about? Trying to use the whole of the beat. So it's not just the start, we don't just use the first bit of it, we try to use and measure and land and catch throughout that whole time span. And the more you learn, the more you listen to the music, the better you become at this. And when you're judging a Nuvo competition, or when you're just sitting watching it, you'll see in the final, those 6 couples all have very, very different musical interpretation. Very different. You'll see they all dance. If I was to select 6 couples here and get them to dance their Twilight Waltz to music, you would see such vast differences in timing in different sections of the dance. And I'm not saying they're right or I'm not saying they're wrong, but some are more, we would say, more musical. What does that mean? Well, they use their music better. They're able to stretch and use that whole beat. And I think that's one of the major key things in New Vogue that separates the lower level dancers from the higher level dancers. The quality of movement at the higher level, they're all taking, as Alan said, they're all taking the same length step. They've all got good posture, all those things that they've been working on. But the rhythm, the quality of movement and the rhythm is the thing that really does separate the winner from the minor placements. Okay? All right. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, I'll just backtrack a little. I think New Vogue at the moment is undergoing a lot of change. There's quite a lot of innovative coaches out there that are trying to create a new look. They're changing body lines, they're changing arm lines. We have 2 quite strong divided camps on this. We've got a lot of the old-time traditionalists, people that when we started dancing, it was called, when we started this style, it was called old time. It wasn't until, what year did they change the name, Brian? I wasn't around then. Liar. So it was probably the 80s, I think. In the 80s, they changed it from old time to New Vogue. They changed the name. And when they did change that name, they actually they set the technique so that the way we danced Barclay Blues in Victoria was the same way that we danced in Queensland, and the same way that we danced in New South Wales, the same way we danced here in Perth. Before that, there were quite a lot of differences in Victoria, especially. We had this lovely little action waltz at the end of the Lucille. We finished our 3-step, and it was wonderful. And here we go. It was just so wrong. So wrong, but it was a part of the Victorian New Vogue culture that was around for years and years and years. Okay, and then when it became conformed, unified over the whole country, it was good, at least from an adjudicator's point of view, you were matching apples with apples, you know. You had the Victorians before that doing this lovely little tippy-toe waltz, and we had the couples from Sydney, they were swinging, and they were great. Yeah, right, big movement, it looked fabulous. But you know, the traditionalists from Victoria and South Australia, I think as well, were very strong, and I'm not sure what the feeling was over here. But the Victorians might have got there a little bit. Sorry?
We had no idea.
No. So anyway, the dancing board at the time, it all became unified. And now we've still got around some people that were there in the old days. I'm one of them, sorry.
Mark, can I ask a question? You said before that there's some new coaches around that are doing different things. So I'm a purist. Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm afraid of change.
No.
Not at all.
No.
But the new people bringing in new stuff, are they keeping the character of the old stuff? Are they standing on the shoulders of the generations before?
This is a very good question. And
Because
some are,
it's my point in my lecture.
yes, some are and some are not. Some are and some are not. I think what I was going to say is, so I'm quite open to change.
But therefore the style will lose its identity if it loses its character.
Exactly. So, I heard, I don't know, most of you I think would have heard of Brent Oliphant. He gave a lecture in New Vogue quite some years ago now. His comment on this was, someone's going to do their arm this way, someone's going to do it this way, someone's going to do it. Whatever you do, you have to make it look beautiful. That's the main criteria. It must look beautiful. And of course in character with the music, well I think that is all part of it. If you do it in character, it will look beautiful. If you do something wild and woolly, it may be trendy, but if it's not in character and it doesn't look beautiful, well the judges will not mark it. The judges will not mark it. I mean it's the same in your ballroom. If it doesn't look beautiful, if their shape is not beautiful, if their movement's not beautiful, they won't mark it. Am I right, Alan?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Depends how much money's changed hands. No, I'm not saying that. So anyway, the way New Vogue's going at the moment, I love a lot of the changes, the arm styling. I think it's great. But the character, it must maintain the character. It must maintain the character. It must maintain the form of the dance. We should still recognise the shape of a twilight waltz, the waltz actions, etc. At the moment, there's lots of these little shaping. Where's the leg? Where's it? Oh. Over here. Who else has got over here? You're all hiding. Actually, so there's lots of movements at the moment where the lady's shaping under the arm in different areas. In swing waltz, for instance, we change over, and here we do these underarm shapes. Lots of areas where these different arm lines are now being used. I think that's fabulous. I'm really enjoying some of the looks that are coming out, but sometimes they do go a bit overboard, and we do not see the basic shape of the dance that has been around for a long, long time, that has made these dances New Vogue. It's given us the Australian style. It's our style, and I think we've got to be very careful that it doesn't become looking like Latin dancing to New Vogue music. I think we must be very aware of that as coaches and as competitors. I know it's for the young ones, it's fantastic to do all these new things, but if we lose the character of the dance, it's not going to be marked anyway. Most of the judges won't mark it if it goes too far outside that frame. Any other comments on that? Thank you, Alan, for that.
I wasn't being rude to you.
No, I appreciate that.
I wish, when you said they won't mark, I wish that was so, but I don't believe it to be so anymore. Dreadful thing to say.
Grant?
Probably in response to Alan's question, I believe even though we have a number of waltzes in the three floors, but a waltz is still a waltz. So I don't think we lose the characterisation of a waltz or a foxtrot or a tango, regardless of the patterns of the dances. I think as long as we're still in mind, this is a waltz. So it has to look like a waltz.
Yes.
Not a mixture of foxtrot and waltz.
Yes.
And in that case, we tend to teach more on modern lines rather than old time lines. And it used to be very...
Yes. Mind you, we know Cedric Mears. Very renowned ballroom coach, and I've worked under Cedric Mears for probably 11 or 12 years. And
longer than that.
yeah, well, actually probably 17 years, I think. I'm not sure. Well, it didn't seem to be an eternity. But he was a fantastic ballroom coach. Very renowned, very respected man, and was always updating his knowledge and trying to stay abreast with everything ballroom. And he used to, what's the word? I want to be gentle here. He was not happy with the breaking of the big shapes and the breaking of lines, etc., that the nouveau couples were doing at the time. And there was often many discussions about, we don't do that in ballroom. And the development of ballroom now has actually, the shapes that we create in ballroom now are the shapes that we did in nouveau a long time ago. Now that's controversial, but there were much bigger shapes at the time. The nouveau people were doing these big shapes, and now ballroom seems to be doing those big shapes that the nouveau people sort of had a little idea of. Yeah. Anyway, so that's just a bite. I'm loving where nouveau's going. I think we've got some great nouveau coaches here in West Australia. I was very impressed. I've done a little bit of work while I've been here, and just watching the comps. I've come over the last 3 years to the Night of Stars, and I'm just very impressed with the nouveau here in West Australia. The coaches I don't see anything too radical. I see change, I see innovation, but it's still what I would say within the realms of style and still keeping to the tradition of those dances. So, yeah. I think what we'll see in the next 5 years, I think we'll see the introduction of a few new dances. We've been doing these 15 dances for a long time. Some of them we use very rarely in competitions, especially in the eastern states. They don't use a lot of Carmel waltz. They don't dance a lot of Charlemagne either, I don't think. So I think there will be some more dances coming, which will be very exciting for the nouveau coaches. Gives us something else to do, another dance to conquer. So I don't know if any of the nouveau coaches put in, or any of the nouveau people here in Perth, there was a request for any new dancers to be included in the program. I don't know if anyone here from this state added anything, but the Dance for Australia were looking to increase the dancers, maybe change. They were after new dancers or old dancers that haven't been included. So I think in the next 5 years, I think we may see some more dancers come in, which will be very exciting. And then once again, the coaches and the choreographers are going to start, they'll play around with those. They'll play around with those as well. and we'll get our a different look again from how the dance has been structured originally. Yeah.
The attitude towards change is what's your attitude towards footwork though?
Sorry?
Footwork as described in the books, like what's your attitude towards that and change?
Well, I don't mess with the basic technique of the dance. The footwork and the alignments, well, I'll talk about that in my next lecture. I've got a piece that I do want to talk about. But basically, I would never change the footwork. That's the technique, that's the character of the character of the dance is in the technique. So I would never alter the footwork. I might alter the alignment.
Do you see couples though, even at the high level, often break that the footwork and alignments?
At their own risk. At their own risk. So part of the thing that I'm sure Nouveau adjudicators want to see is correct footwork. And the same as the ballroom. I mean, and Latin, where all the adjudicators, they do want to see beautiful feet. And without the feet, this will not stand up. Doesn't matter if you don't get the right footwork, the right technique, this top part's not going to look good. I mean, that's up here's the end result of what's happened down here. So yeah, I would strongly suggest that you understand your footwork, you know your footwork off by heart if you're dancing Nouveau, any style actually, any style. You should be able to say your footwork on every single step, whether you're going from heel to toe or wall to toe, heel, heel to toe, toe, toe to heel. I think the champion should have perfect footwork. Perfect footwork. If you're at the top of your level, whether it be a junior, a youth, an adult, a juvenile, your footwork should be perfect. If you're the champion. It's not hard. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit more rehearsal. You agree on that, Jen? Yeah? Graham, you agree on that? Yeah. The top dancers their feet should be perfect. Footwork perfect.
Would you say couples should put as much emphasis or more emphasis on their having used feet rather than styling arms?
No. All equal. But if you don't have that footwork base, the upper is going to suffer. The upper will suffer.
I would just like to know what, for teachers and for competitors, when you've got your open arm styling, right? Because we want to establish like an individual identity as a competitor couple in Nouveau. What are some of the things you would think about when you're thinking of trying to make new arm lines? Because you do see a lot of the same arm lines. Like there's like the canned arm lines you use, like you're doing the swing walls, the crossover and things like that. But for someone who's coming up and wanting to go, I want to be different. You know, okay, my base is good, my arms are the same, he's got my arms too.
This is a fantastic question because every Nouveau coach gets this. He probably, you know, at least once a week, we come across couples that do want something different. You know, there is only, it is limited in what the figure is you're dancing. So even if you do break hold totally, and you can still have freedom with your arms, even so, that is still going to be restricted in how much you can do or what you can do from within those 2 bars of music, say swing waltz on the crossover section. You do it solo and not hang on. There is only going to be, you know, you are still restricted by the amount of time you've got to get from here to here. I mean, you know, doing all this, you know, all right, I might be able to fit in 50 arm movements, but I still think you must keep the character of the dance. That's the basic thing. Keep the character of the dance. It's a swing waltz, so there should be swing. So if you create your arms to match your swing, your solo individual movement, I think that's the way. That's a very tricky question, tricky answer. Sorry, someone else was going to ask something. Yeah, Julie.
One of my favourite coaches said to me, he said, you don't have to be different, you just have to be better.
Yes. Yeah. So did we hear that answer? You don't have to be different, you just have to be better. So I mean, so if you were to ask all the A-grade couples to dance as the technique book says, without breaking any hold, dance it as it is written, would we have different champions? I don't think so. I think the champions have such good groundwork, posture, shape, movement, timing. Okay, they're also good at all their arm styling, but that's only one element. They're not the champion because they've got these fabulous individual arm stylings. They're the champion because of their quality of movement, their musicality.
That's probably why WA won the youth and
Probably.
adult in Australia.
Probably. Where did you come from, Graham? Graham, I was trained in Victoria. Young days. Okay, so this arm styling thing, it's good to play around. And if I was a young competitor nowadays, I don't think some of you use one of the best teachers in the country, the mirror. Okay, so I think if you're going to play around and you want to create some new arm lines, get in front of the mirror. Spend time in front of the mirror, play around with it, put your music on, listen to it, play around with different shapes. That's fine. Then present it to your coach and see what your coach thinks. And then that sparks off your coach's ideas as well. If you've got a little idea, I think that's fantastic. We may have 6 couples all at one level. It's very hard to create an individual look for each couple. Very hard. Within, if you've got a swing waltz, you're going to try to get 6 different swing waltzes out there is very tricky. So, if you want something different, play around with it. But remember, it's got to look beautiful.
Malcolm, you spoke about the timing in Maryland and foxtrot best dance. Would you say there's any difference between your timing and a foxtrot for those couples learning their board foxtrot and Maryland?
No.
And if so, it's
No.
just the overall.
No, I teach a lot of ballroom as well.
Yeah.
So that timing I spoke about in your we started with foxtrot time with the 4/4 timing. That is the same timing I teach in ballroom. It's no different. I do a slow foxtrot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Same timing. I have no difference. My principles in new mode are no different from my ballroom principles. Yep. So,
Yeah, that's good.
okay, so if you can get that timing, start it in a simple dance like the Maryland. If it's unfamiliar to you, start it in a simple dance like Maryland, feeling the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then start to apply in your feather step and reverse turn and so forth. See how you go. It is a good teaching tool. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
We come to our morning tea and coffee break. Before we run a few cups of morning tea and coffee, just a couple of very important announcements. At 1 o'clock we'll be eating, and we are very happy that we had extra people come, but we only booked a certain amount of food, so half of you can't eat. No, it's not that bad. Look, we have with the barbecue that we only have X amount of steaks, so we're having steak and chicken, but please you can only have steak or chicken. You can't have both, otherwise someone will be hungry. So there is a choice of steak or chicken at the barbecue, and sausages, of course. And for the people who are vegetarians, the vegetarian food is at the counter. So if you're a vegetarian, you need to go to the counter to get the vegetarian food. So that's at 1 o'clock for lunch break. Now it's morning tea and coffee. Thank you.